Let's make this thing look ridiculous. When I first got this car, it was pretty much bone stock. Except for the hood. I don't really like the hood. It's growing on me. I had to make the car look different. Couldn't be driving around in a bone stock Supra. That's ridiculous. So, got some coilovers, got some wheels, got a front lip. Changed the headlights. For the wheels, I went with some replica CCW Classics. But we're gonna change that. We spoke a little bit in the last video about sort of like the goal of trying to make this car just as fast as the Evo, which just happens to be the fastest car in the garage right now. This one, the slowest. But we're gonna make it look like it's the fastest. So, we're gonna change it up a little bit. I got some new wheels. That's not the right size. Well, let's put some meats on the back of this thing. So currently the car has an 18 by 8.5 in the front and an 18 by 9.5 in the rear, the 235 in the front and the 275 in the rear. We're going to take these 18 by 9.5 wheels and put them on the front with the current rear tires, the 275s. And we're gonna take these 275 60-15s, put them on these 15-inch wheels, put them on the back. Now, in order to get all of this to fit on the back, we have to put smaller brakes in the rear. These are rear brakes from an SC300. And from everything that I've read and looked at, they should bolt right up. We'll find out. First things we're gonna do, take the rears off, take all this stuff to the tire shop, get everything mounted up, swap out the rear brakes, and we'll get this all put back together. All right, let's see what we got in here. Packing peanuts, pads, some nice crispy rotors, and then over here, 2 brand new SC300 calipers. Comes with everything you need. Perfect. Cool. Well, you know what they say, it doesn't come loose the first time, hit it with a hammer. It's not gonna come loose the first time. The emergency brake is on. That should make it quite a bit easier. Not that lucky. But not bad at all. All right, let's see if I got the right caliper here. Nope, sure don't. Ooh, sure is shiny. One of these is much shinier than the other. Might have to come back and paint these, but let's just get them in there for now. I closed the garage door because it's getting a little chilly outside. I'm gonna spray some brake clean, so the second half of the video is more fun than the first. So far, so good. Let's hope that the same caliper bolts will work. Nice. Torx back. So nice when everything is new. And I got the Carfax for this car. It was spent most of its life down south in Georgia. A little bit of time in Florida. I've never had a southern car before, and I gotta tell you, it's so nice. There's no rust anywhere. When I took the factory exhaust off of this car, just popped right off. All the nuts and bolts, just with the impact, came right off. I sprayed them first with some penetrating oil. But yeah, everything just came right apart. So nice. It does have lube. Nice. Alright, so we're gonna get the top one in there first. That wasn't. Dropped it first thing. Sick. One side down. Let's go do the other side.
One day later.
All right. So the other night, got the left side all done. It was getting a little late, turned the camera off. Got the right side done. I got the wheels off to the tire shop. Everything's all mounted up, so let's take a look at what we got. All right, let's talk about the new wheel setup we got here. Previously, the car had 18 by 8.5 in the front, 18 by 9.5 in the rear. What we have here now is some Eternal Blue Pearl Graham Light 57 CRs with a 18 by 9.5 plus 38 for the front and a 15 by 8 plus 35 in the rear. We took the tires that were originally on the rear of the car, which was a 275/35, moving those to the front, and then we have brand new 275/60/15 Nitto NT555 R2s. I do have a feeling that I'm gonna have to raise up the rear of the car just a little bit to get the taller tire to fit. The tires aren't taller by a whole bunch, but the 275/35 18s that were in the rear on an 18 by 9.5 plus 22 rubbed just a little bit over bumps and stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and raise the rear of the car up just a touch, and then we'll get all these bad boys put on there. See how it looks. Hello everybody, we're back. We're doing tool stuff. Be right back. All right. Should be good. Tight. Oh. I put the wrong one on. Boys and girls, kids at home, These are directional. Did the hub-centric ring come out of this one? Found it. We're good. Everything's fine. It's tradition around here to put the wheels on a few times before they're right. And no one will ever know. Fix it in post. You guys seeing this? It's not that bright out. You seeing this? Life is easier on the chair. So the front end of this car has extended studs and an 8mm spacer because I bought cheap wheels, and cheap wheels are not available in good offsets. So we buy nice wheels. I think I should raise the front end of it up a little bit. They should sit almost in the exact same spot as the other one, if I've done my math right. You know what, so that I don't have to do this twice, let's just go up like one turn. All right, round two. We'll come back for round three as soon as I get the hub-centric ring out of this one. All right, who's ready for round three? Now we're talking. Bruh. All right, episode 2. If you guys are tired of seeing me put this thing up and down with the jack, make sure you like, subscribe, click the bell thing, share, get some lifts eventually. All right, what are the things we need to remember, everybody? We're getting the spacer off. It is pretty happy being on there. And we get the hub-centric ring. This is the part of the show where everyone remembers, hey, you raised up the other side and you just put the wheel on that side. Luckily I'm doing this by hand and I have these extended studs on here. Follow the rules. Don't forget the steps. Be a good person. Donate to charity. I do have to say, the Focus has ground control coilovers on it, and over the years, I've really come to love that lock and collar adjustment. Especially since maybe one day we can see it with the big tire on the front. It's got a 26-inch tall Mickey Thompson on a 15-inch road to slipstream for the front of that car. Because front wheel drive. Plenty of clearance. What are we talking about here? All right, so it's been a couple days. Took the Supra out for a drive. It is still revving pretty, not too bad, but it's revving in the rear. So do need to bring it up just a little bit, but man, this car looks so good. Very excited. The car does, however, look much faster than it is. But we are gonna find out how fast that is. Got this draggy. It's a little GPS, but it's just gonna basically tell me how fast each one of these cars is. We're gonna take them out. I don't exactly know what we're gonna do yet, whether that be 0 to 60 or 60 to 130. We're gonna take each one of these cars out to Mexico and then see exactly where each of them stand. And then from there we can kind of start the process of seeing how fast we can get the Evo before we start chasing it down with the Supra. And then this is just gonna kind of provide us a data point to modify each of these and just have some fun. So, super excited. Stick around.